There are many storylines for tonight's game. This is the most important game of the preseason. The rosters get cut down on Tuesday. It's time to evaluate the players, get this roster right.
Alright, so what is up everybody, it's my big Swell, back at you guys with a brand new video. And today, as you guys can see by the title, talking about the Eagles against the Colts. Eagles won, I think, by a score of 33-23 last night against the Indianapolis Colts. And before I get into that, finally, there's a professional looking Moabay 212 video. I'm not holding my phone, the camera's not shaky, camera's stable, background is good. Finally, I'm back into the groove of where I was before. Anyway, let's get into the game. And first off, let's talk about that defense. Jim Schwartz's defense has really impressed so far. Now, I'm not getting too excited because it is preseason. And the Eagles did this to us last year in the preseason. The defense looked good, the offense looked good. They go out, first game, complete trash. So, I'm going to hold off on my excitement. But there's definitely some things there with the defense. The front seven, getting to the quarterback consistently. That was a big problem last year, consistency. This year so far the defense, we've been very consistent in getting to the quarterback, stopping the run whenever possible. At least the first teamers. The second and third teamers sort of struggled a bit. A couple of them did really well with Bo Allen. Taylor Hart got injured. I don't know what's up with him. He's a pretty good pass rusher. As for the guys behind them, not so good. But first string and a couple second stringers did really good on the front seven. Secondary did surprisingly okay. They were better than decent, but they weren't great. But they were doing okay with the defensive line getting to the quarterback so much. They really rushed a lot of throws. But a lot of the times, well, actually not a lot of the times, some of the times, the sacks that we got were coverage sacks, where the coverage would just be too good so that the defensive line got enough time to get to the quarterback. C.J. Smith played really good, the rookie from North Dakota State. They put him on T.Y. Hilton and they put him on Philip Dorsett a couple times. He held his own out there. I think he gave up a catch to T.Y. Hilton. But he definitely held his own out there. Like Mike Mayock said on the broadcast, he said that it doesn't seem like the moment was too big for him. He was sort of, he was chill, he was calm. Even though he was going up against one of the best receivers in the NFL, he was, he played well. Malcolm Jenkins, as always, Malcolm Jenkins is the best safety in the game. He's doing really good. Rodney McLeod, same thing with him. He came down to the box a couple of times, got a couple big hits on running back. So the safeties, like I said from the offseason, we're good at safety. Malcolm Jenkins, Rodney McLeod holding it down. Ed Reynolds is back up. Nick Perry, from the rookie from Alabama, a couple of mistakes. He forgot to tackle or at least touch the players down. They would fall down, he would just walk away, thinking it was still college. But those are easily correctable mistakes by Perry. Nolan Carroll played well. I think he had a pick. And Ron Brooks played well. Leodis McCall. Everyone played well on the defense. Linebacking core looked good. Stephen Tulloch didn't get in till late in the game for some reason, but whatever. So yeah, defense, we're looking good, looking sharp. Speaking of looking sharp, the offense looked sharp. Really, really good offensive performance last night. Bradford, I think, went 17 for 20 with a pick and a touchdown, and that interception was not his fault. Bradford looked really good, looked really sharp. He hit his receivers right on the numbers. And the receivers, I think, are actually starting to learn how to catch. Even Josh Huff got a catch. When Josh Huff gets a catch, you know it's a good day from the receivers. Bradford was really slinging it. He didn't necessarily just settle for the short routes. He actually threw the ball over the first down marker, and it paid off for him a lot of times. Offensive line was nearly flawless. First team offensive line was nearly flawless. Bradford had all day. Bradford could have got out his barbecue, his grill, flipped a couple of burgers, you know, he could have done whatever back there in the pocket and still had enough time to get rid of the ball. Perfect offensive line, almost perfect offensive line play. Bradford, perfect accuracy. Receivers catching the ball. It was a really, really good day for the receivers. Speaking of the receivers, Dorial Green-Beckham, DGB, had a nice fade route caught for a touchdown, and he made it look so easy the way he jumped over the corner. It looked so effortless to him. He sort of just went, caught it, touchdown, and had a little bit of swag at the end with the salute. And that's what we've been missing from the Eagles. The big-bodied receiver who can just, you know what, back of the end zone, it's third down, we've tried running it, we've tried slants, whatever. Third down, just throw it up to the big guy, let him eat. Back up, throw it, fade route, touchdown. That's who we needed. And to be honest, we haven't had that for a long time, even with Deshaun Jackson and Jeremy Maclin here. Jackson was more of a speed guy, very small. And Maclin, while he was, I think he was 6'1", he didn't have that physical presence that Dorial Green-Beckham has. So this is the first time in a long time we've had a receiver you can kind of just throw up and you can catch it. I think this is the first time since T.O. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first time since T.O. we have a real receiver we can just throw it up to. A big guy. I'm not talking about a real number one receiver. I'm talking about just a purely size-wise, athleticism-wise. You can just throw it up to him and he'll catch it. Running backs played really well. Kenyon Barner really improved. All he needs to do is hold on to the ball, because he's always been a nice running back, but fumbling has always been his issue. Ryan Matthews was beasting. Ryan Matthews could easily have 1,000 yards this season. Easily. If he doesn't get injured. And we all know he's going to get injured, because that's just the nature at which he runs. It's going to make him so injury prone. But yeah, for the series that he was in, he was really beasting. We got to see a little bit of Wendell Smallwood. Didn't really do much. A lot of people on my Wendell Smallwood video are saying that he could be our number one running back. And I hope that's true. I hope he's good enough to be a number one running back. But he didn't look good out there. And we don't necessarily even have to have a number one running back. We can just have running back by committee. A lot of teams are doing it. And it's really effective. And that's what Doug Peterson had in Kansas City last year when Jamal Charles went out, running back by committee. So we don't necessarily have to have running back, one true running back for us to be good at that position. We can always have three and just have a running back by committee. So yeah, offense really good, defense really good. Like I said, not going to get too excited, not going to get too hyped, not going to drink the Kool-Aid on this team, because the Colts, to be honest, they didn't have 7 starters in for defense for this game. So we weren't playing them at full strength, but the things that we did show are promising. So we have potential. Special teams, yeah, we got a blocked punt. Special teams, I mean, Ed Reynolds didn't do his job. He didn't block. He sort of was dancing around instead of going up and blocking. But Dave Phipp is a great special teams coach, one of the best in the league. So I think he's going to have us ready for week 1. I think he's going to have that fixed. But other than that, Eagles, good game. Next week, we're probably going to see Carson Wentz, because they showed him on the TV before the game started working out. And he was slinging the ball. I think he slung a 60-yard ball. And he had a hairline fracture in his ribs. So when you're doing that, I think you're good. So yeah, this is going to be that was like the real curtain call game, you can call it. The 3rd preseason game. We won't see Bradford or any of those guys in the next one. But now it's all about week 1 in Cleveland. It's all about week 1. And if we lose to Cleveland, if we lose to the Cleveland Browns, the season is over. I don't care what any of you guys are going to say. The season is over if we lose to the Cleveland Browns. if we lose to RG3 in the Cleveland Browns, okay, with no Josh Gordon, no nothing, if we lose to the Cleveland Browns, the season is over. That's all I'm saying. But this has been Mo 12. Check out my Facebook page for some of the copyrighted videos that got taken down on my channel. And like, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Peace.